You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars and by Wellington Anti-Aging. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Everybody on set think it's a pre-race. It's definitely going to be a sweep.
Brother.
Any chance of the Cavs have any chance?
Slim and none. And Slim got shot yesterday. This is a wrap, brother.
So bad.
Slim to none, and Slim got shot yesterday.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, it doesn't seem to be any hope, does it?
So we're done?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, my man.
Tomorrow night, and I guess I have to eat my words. Maybe not yet. Maybe the Cavs will pull off a win. But I said yesterday they can't get swept, right? And I guess they can.
It's okay. I called the Cavs at 6, so I mean I'm very wrong. I mean, technically, I'd only be one game off if they wind up winning the rest of it, but nobody's ever come back from 0-3 in NBA Finals history. So.
Nah, it's just kind of the inevitable end. Like you just see it happening.
Yeah.
It's dying on the vine.
Unless this is one of those great storylines where it's like, he must be the GOAT because he came back from 0-3.
Yeah, but you know what creates a great storyline is a great cast. And there's no great cast.
No. Yeah, you're right.
That's just it. You don't have the supporting actors.
It's like when they gave Kemet James another show.
Yeah.
Like after King of Queens.
Right.
And they were like, oh, wait a second. What if we bring back the old wife? Yeah, that didn't work. It got canceled.
Yeah. No, this is just like that. There's nothing you see, nothing you feel. Honestly, it's kind of weird because I think America loves underdogs. I do. I don't even feel that bad for the Cavs. I don't even feel like I'm rooting that hard. I'm like, I don't even know that I want it. I just, honestly, it's like from what I'm seeing right now, I'm like, just finish it off. Shoot him in the head. Let's get over this thing. You know?
Old Yeller style.
Just put him down.
That's really it. Just take the Cavs out back behind the barn and put them down, and let's just get done with this thing.
Seems like it's going to happen tomorrow. And I felt so bad watching that last night. And I did. And this aspect, I felt bad because you see the starting five, and it hit me all of a sudden. I thought, oh my gosh, there's Kevin Durant. There's Andre Iguodala, who's finally back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
They're all out there. I'm like, oh my gosh, all those guys are on the same team. What is LeBron supposed to do?
Join him.
He's out there with Larry Nance and Kevin Love and all these guys.
AAU team.
You guys ever see the second Matrix that they did?
Yeah.
Remember
Reloaded.
when Mr. Smith or whatever the hell his name was, like morphed himself into like 1,000 and they're coming at Neo?
Yes.
That's the only way he's going to be able to win.
That's what this looks like. I'm surprised I haven't seen that meme yet where they've taken like LeBron's face and put it over Neo's. And
there was one when it was the Cavs running out of the locker room in game 1 and everybody's face was just the LeBron James.
That's good.
It's like the only way he'll actually win this series.
that would be the only way. He'd have to clone himself. 3 LeBron James. Okay, would 3 LeBron James? Would 2 LeBron James? Oh, let's see. Will 2 LeBron James beat the Golden State Warriors?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think they would, actually.
If LeBron could pick and roll for himself, I think he'll be great.
I think they would.
Imagine LeBron lobbing to himself. Well, he did that last night, but I mean, imagine him actually lobbing to another person.
He's got to throw. He gives himself assists.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, is that
I
counted as
get
an
a point
assist?
and an assist, right? Okay.
Right? Trying to pad the stat lines for the GOAT.
He got a triple-double. It worked out.
He did. And his line looks good every night. 33, 10, 11 last night. Passed Michael Jordan for the most 30-point playoff games.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's doing it. I mean, he does he does everything that he needs to.
Yeah.
There's really not, like, I mean,
except for win.
That. Well, what else can he do? I mean, he even
He could win.
Clone himself. That really is the
That's
only
it.
thing. And I think you're right. I think maybe 2 would win it. I mean, it was a close game last night. What, 50 seconds left, and that's when the dagger from Durant went down?
Oh, my gosh, 26 feet away, and the dude just hits it so cold.
Yeah, they're up, 103 to 100, I think,
It
at
was
the time.
It was a 3-point game,
Yeah.
and Durant pushed the 6th that shot, and I could just feel Cleveland collectively just sigh and fall to their knees.
Well, I
It was
mean,
so
yeah,
bad.
they showed a different angle of Kevin Love, and he was just like, hands up to the head. It's like, okay, it's over. It's over.
See, I think it's better. I was having this argument with somebody yesterday, me arguing with somebody, right? And I was having this argument with somebody yesterday that it's better for LeBron James, for the NBA, for him to lose this year. And the reason why is because then he will most likely go to a different team, and we can stop seeing the Cavs. We may not stop seeing LeBron, but we can stop seeing the Cavs.
I think that's it. I think
flavor
that's
of the week.
I think you're right. I think that's the way why I feel the way I feel. Is I'm just sick of seeing the Cavs, and I know they won it last year, but I'm sick of seeing the Cavs, but really the narrative is with the Cavs. What are they with LeBron? This is what is their record?
Fourth?
What is his record with them? This is his eighth or ninth NBA final. He did 4 with the Heat.
Right.
This would be his 4th with them. This is his 8th in a row.
But now this is his 9th overall because remember he had that one. What was the first couple of years?
So this is his 5th with the Cavs. So we've seen him with the Cavs. This would be 5 times. You're going to talk when this thing's all over. 4 losses, 1 win.
Yes.
So you've seen him with the Cavs lose in the NBA Finals 4 times, and it's just right.
It's 3 because he was with the Cavs. Well, you did see it, 4 times, but 1 when he was with the Cavs originally. Then he came to the Heat, and then he went back to the Cavs because he was in the finals the last year before he went to the Heat, correct? And he lost.
No, that's right. He lost 2 at the Heat, and this is going to be his 3rd loss in this stint.
Yeah,
with
he
the
did
Cavs.
4 NBA Finals with the Heat. 1, 2, lost 2. So that's 4 right there. If this is his 9th, he's done 5 with the Cavs. He's only won 1. So when it's all said and done, he'll have 4 losses with the Cavs in the finals, 1 win.
That's not good.
No, you're sick of
job.
seeing it. It's over. The reason why it's over too, it's like, do you see like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson? Steph has 11 points, was 3 of 16 shooting. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green both had just 10. Durant really was the only big star. He had 43, 13, and 7.
Man.
And so Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have awful games and they win. That just lets you know it's going to be a sweep.
There's too much. There's just too much there.
Steph Curry, so funny. Steph Curry setting the finals record for the amount of threes. Then last night, at like halfway through the 3rd, being 0-6 behind the line.
Amazing, isn't
But he
it?
hit the shot that he needed to, and that's really what I think. That's the thing that makes it different between somebody who's carrying a team and an actual team. Is that you can have somebody on an actual team that's not doing so well, but as long as they hit the shot that makes them good at the right time, then everybody else can be able to pick up the pieces. And that's the problem that LeBron James doesn't have, is that he always has to hit that shot. And every once in a while he'll get some participation, but he can't rely on anybody.
Can't have a bad night.
I will give it to J.R. Smith. I'm impressed by the way he did come back.
He did get hot last night.
He did. I mean, for that guy to still be able to not even just come
He
out
got
in
hot in
public.
Game 2, though, if you think
He
about
did.
it.
I mean, it does. It takes courage, man, to do what he did, and not only to walk outside, but to still be able to play.
Yeah.
And actually, he played kind of well last night. So
He was
I'll
on
give it
fire,
to
man.
him.
13 points.
I'll give it to him.
It's great.
Great for him. Yeah, 13 points.
Well, okay, see what you're saying? It's great for him.
Yes.
Dude, it's not great for, 13 points. That's okay, but we're sitting over here talking about the Warriors' best players having a bad game right at about that point mark. And we're talking about how great J.R. Smith is, and he got 13. So
It's a good point.
that's the standard you're grading him on. Oh, yeah, great for him, but it just goes to show you him is not good enough for what you need.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, when your bar's set that low, then 13's not so bad.
How did he get here again, by the way? Like, how did this happen? 2 years ago, they win the title with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, and they're like, oh, LeBron finally has the pieces. We're going to see this matchup over and over again, which we are. But now we're here again where we're LeBron. Oh, no, LeBron has no help. What happened?
Because Kyrie's gone. And you don't know, you don't know the inner workings, but a lot of people believe that LeBron was instrumental in getting Kyrie out of there.
So he dug his own grave.
Basically. Yeah, so I think that's why there's not a lot of sympathy. I don't know that that's why people are like really bummed out about this. At least my feelings, just get it over with, because I feel like LeBron brought it himself.
He did.
I feel like it's like, let's move on to the next chapter. We know what's going to happen. Let's just get it over with, and let's figure out which of the 7 teams LeBron's going to go to next year.
Yeah, it really is that. And a lot of people, the conversation for a lot of people is this matchup back and forth for 4 years in a row or something like that. Is that bad for the NBA? And I think that, yes, it was up until this year when if he gets swept, then it's good for the NBA because he moves.
Right.
But before that, it's like, last year probably wasn't that great. I mean, the year before that, whatever, it's 2 times in a row, it's fine. But 4 years in a row, no, unless something big comes of it.
Yeah.
You get the extension of it, which would be him going to another team.
I heard a ridiculous argument they were saying, talking about, Michael Jordan losing 3 times in the first round, swept in 2 of those, lost 3 times in the conference finals, also lost in the second round. And the question was, is it better go to the NBA finals and lose or lose in the first round? How's that even a question?
You go to the finals. I mean, if you make it further, that's always the best.
I was like, what? Shannon Sharpe?
Shannon Sharpe said that?
Yeah, it was just
Stop.
Oh,
like,
my
what?
God. He drank a little too much Mountain Dew that day.
That stupid show, every chance they get brings up that stupid-ass argument. And it's like every
it's
day
Skip
they argue.
Bayless.
They had Ice Cube in there the other day, and he's like,
Why
really?
not?
He's like, are you going to force me into talking about this?
Good. Good, he called him out.
Thank
He
God.
was. He was like, I don't want to talk about this. He's like, this is the dumbest argument. And this is all you talk about every single day.
Every day.
When Shannon Sharp brings up that, Lou, at least he's losing in the you're just like, you're too dumb to have this conversation.
Yeah.
We can't even do this. This is just not good.
Kudos.
So hockey. Is hockey going to be any better? It's 3-1. How exciting is it going to be? Anybody think that Golden Knights got any chance tonight, or Cap's going to finish this thing off tonight?
Probably going to finish it off. It's in Vegas tonight too.
Yeah,
right?
it's in
That's
Vegas.
sad.
Vegas gets it tonight.
But what they're doing
Think so?
in
Yeah.
D.C. is actually kind of interesting. I want to find out if you guys are buying their plan in D.C. tonight to watch the game. I'll tell you about it next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
Would you be cool with watching a game in a packed arena full of fans and no teams are there playing?
Oh,
Are
interesting.
you talking about every time that the Heat went to the finals?
Hey now.
They
hey
did.
now.
Well, that you know what's
Are
funny?
you
is
talking about the watch parties?
That
or
wasn't
in
even my
general?
joke. Yeah, no, that makes sense too. But no, when the Heat would go to the finals and they would go on the road, they would sell tickets to sit in AAA Arena.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you like that concept?
No, it's stupid. Sit home and watch it, you dopes. What's a big deal? You went?
I did it. Wow. I did it.
How? Okay.
I
So my question is, how is it? Okay, I'm a little bit torn. I don't want to jump all over you and judge it right away because
Not right away.
not right away
judging.
because I went to Tampa Bay years ago. Last time they were in the Stanley Cup Finals, and stayed in the hotel. I was telling you about that across the street. Went over to the arena. Watch the game from inside on the outside there. I'm not even in the arena. So I don't know what's more pathetic, to be in an arena where no one's playing or to be outside the arena where they are playing and watching on the side of the building with all the fans. I had a great time.
Did you pay anything to sit outside?
No.
Okay, loser.
Wait a minute. Now here's how I'm going to defend myself.
That's
here.
why you paid.
And
You
I'm
paid
also-
for your ticket.
I'm also
Did
going
you
to
pay for
no,
it?
No, it was free. It was free. I'm also going to defend everybody, all the Washington Capitol fans who are doing the same thing I did 4 years ago, I think. When the Heat, oh no, it was 5 years. Oh my gosh, it was
Back
5 years
in
ago.
time.
Wow, that was 5
Yeah.
years ago. When the Heat were playing the Spurs when they had the watch party there, and I went and it's fun, man. It's a free ticket. You go. It's basically like if you're going to a bar to watch the game, but you're doing it with 20,000 other people. That's what it's like.
Okay, it's like okay, but there I haven't done it inside the arena, so I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, if I were presented with the opportunity, I mean, first of all, if you're just watching it on that jumbotron,
It's
TV,
on the Jumbotron.
It's not the best experience.
Whoa.
I mean, that TV's kind of like you're kind of craning your neck, you're kind of looking up. You know, yeah, I guess you're with kindred spirits and you're all on the same page. But as far as like food's expensive, booze is expensive.
So stupid.
I mean, for how much you're going to have to pay, yeah, the ticket may be free, and that's what they do. And they say in D.C., 70,000 chumps went for this ticket to go sit in an empty
a lot.
arena tonight while they go
lot.
play in Vegas.
It only holds 20,000.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? I guess it would make sense for this situation because there's a
never won.
possibility. Yeah, and to finally see Ovechkin hold up the cup. And
Yeah, that'd be
it's a big deal for Washington, so I kind of understand it, but I don't get.
Listen, it was fun. All right, I had a good time. I don't care the judgmental eyes you guys are giving me.
$75 for a
Don't care.
hot dog, $45 for a drink. That's about 7 ounces.
I think all I had was a water and a pizza because I didn't want to pay for anything else.
Okay, how, like, if you had to degrade it, how less fun was it not having teams there compared to when you go to a game and people are actually there?
Well, I mean, yes, there is no comparison to when you're at the actual game and the teams are there.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's compare it to sitting at the bar, just a really, really big bar with 20,000 people. That's what it was like. So it was still fun.
Were you
You're
Were you upper deck or lower deck?
You could choose your seat. So I actually chose to sit toward the top, not way up top, but toward the top because
see
of the
the
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron, yeah.
Right. I didn't want to sit there with my head looking up at the Jumbotron because it'd be like sitting in the front row at the movie theater. Who wants to do that?
Did you at any time in that whole thing high five someone you didn't know?
I did.
Did they win that game?
Yeah, it's starting to fall apart now.
They lost that game?
Okay. You sat upper level.
It was so
you were
sad.
high-fiving strangers. And they lost.
Yes.
And did you buy food inside the arena?
I think about a pizza.
You
And-
got suckered.
Was the price regular prices of what if a game were there?
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
See, that
yeah.
sucks too. How can you charge regular? I mean, I know it's food and food costs what food costs, but no, I mean,
No,
I think I
there's
think
no
I know
reason.
the markup's crazy,
Yeah.
and to me, the inflation is justified because you're seeing a team play a game.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there watching freaking TV and you're paying inflated prices, I know sometimes to get like a good beer, like you go in there, it's $10 to $15.
Yeah.
And it's like going, okay, wait, I know you didn't pay $10 to fill this beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your markup on this is 800%. So
Oh, yeah.
That's like if Coral Sky Amphitheater was like Kenny Chesney
I know, that's
on the
$15.
video
Oof.
screen tonight. Wanted everybody to come out and enjoy the music of Kenny Chesney without Kenny being there, but all the prices are still the same.
Yep. Pretty much the same thing. I did not get a beer. There's no way. I don't get a beer when I go to a game. I'm
Yeah.
too cheap. I can't do it.
Yeah, all right, final ruling, it sucks. That's why you stay home.
I'm
Well,
pretty
you
sure
stay
that's
home.
why,
I
yeah.
mean, you know, anymore, I mean, a big TV, it's the same kind of experience as a lot. I mean, so many people have those now.
I just love that you're like, it's like sitting at a bar, but a really big bar.
Really big one.
Where? In like
No,
Paris?
No, because you don't have somebody sitting there giving you drinks like right away. You got to get up, walk up how many or down how many flights of steps.
But you know what? It was a cool. I don't know how DC is going to do it, but it was a cool environment because you know Miami with the heat, they have the DJ out there. It was like a party atmosphere. They
Yeah.
had the dancers out there.
If
So
they
it was fun.
Don't you have an iPhone? Put some headphones on.
I'm
if
really
they bring
trying
out the DJ Khaled to sing one of his, you know,
We the
maybe
best!
yeah,
DJ Irie, I think.
maybe then it makes sense.
Really trying. I will defend this to my deathbed. I don't care.
There's a lot of things you need to defend.
Yeah, I know.
In Vegas tonight, they're rolling through any artist who's from that city. Now it's Panic at the Disco.
Yep.
They'd had Imagine Dragons before.
Now it's Panic at the Disco playing tonight?
Yeah. It's okay. They seem to do things better in Vegas, don't
I
they?
wonder what they're doing.
I think it's
They're
something.
just playing.
Some-
You know,
something
they've
from-
had those concerts out there.
Yeah.
They had Imagine Dragons the other night.
That would be
That's who
good.
they got.
Yeah, I remember. I was like looking at the television. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They played a full song.
No, they run a full concert. Can they please do something to mock Pat Sajak? Like have someone come out dressed as Pat Sajak or Vanna White or something. It
Or
would
just give the names to a 2-year-old.
be- they both get them wrong. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Like perfect.
I got some positivity. Day 2, Marlins positivity in
No
a row.
way.
We call it a streak. Wow. How often can we say the Marlins are on a win streak? Found some offense. How the heck? Well, okay, I know how. They scored they scored 11, and they had a position. The Cardinals had a position player pitching last night in the final inning. Lewis Brinson got a homer off him. Lewis Brinson. Okay, so do you? Okay,
That's our dude. He
does
got
it
one.
count as a full home run if you're being pitched to? I mean, it's basically batting practice.
Yeah.
A position player is throwing you the ball.
Like Bubba, get out on the mound.
He tried to justify because they asked him about it. He's like, going, usually I choke against position players because he would face him a good bit like in maybe the minors. You might
Or high
have
school.
that going on. Yeah, but, you've got a kid that, in fact, the person that the Marlins just drafted in the first round, that dude throws about 90 miles an hour, but they're only going to have him play center field. So you've got guys that, used to throw gas, and when they know a game's out of hand, like the Cardinals do, like, we don't want to, take any gas out of our real throwers. So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, will you go out there and just finish this thing off? Just try to get a couple outs. We don't care if the score's 11-3. So, I mean, does that count full out if you get a home run, or do you get like, I kind of got like,
It's garbage time.
I have like 11 and a half home runs.
Yeah, it's garbage time.
It was kind of a garbage homer.
Yeah.
But Brinson was saying, I usually pop out or choke, so I was impressed that I was able to get a solid hit off of him.
choke off of a position player.
Yeah. He said he would in the minors. He had 2 last night, so that's good. I mean, is that going to turn
2
him
home
around?
runs?
2 home runs, yeah.
Whoa!
Off the same
Oh!
pitcher?
No, one was garbage, one was legit.
Oh, cool.
He had 1 legit home run last night.
All right, so now he's got 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wei and Chen, he didn't get the win. He went 4 1/3 innings, and he failed to last at least 5 for the 6th straight time.
That's not good.
And he's your highest paid pitcher. He's 3rd highest paid player on the roster, and he is not bringing it.
Wow.
Yeah, the win went to Drew Rachinsky, who I know you
okay.
guys all have on your fantasy teams.
Sure.
So,
I think I saw him out
congratulations.
in the hallway here, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does. He's an
Well,
intern.
because he's. I was gonna say, isn't he the guy that cleans the toilets in here?
He is.
Yeah, Derek Dietrich homered, had 4 hits last night, blasted them. And the Yankees, man, over the Blue Jays, 13 innings it went last night, but both Judge and Stanton Judge hit a 2-run dinger in the 13th, and then Stanton just hit a home run that went out of the park in about a half a second.
Stanton races that to left field.
It's
He
gone.
has the height.
It's already
He
gone.
has the distance. Goodbye.
That's it.
It's been gone.
1, 2, 3.
Well, we thought this would be a one swing of the bat game. Actually, it looks like it's a two swing of the bat game.
It wasn't high at all. I mean, it barely had any arc to it. It was like a solid shot. If it hit someone, they're dead.
Yes,
They're-
it was a line drive, 500 feet.
They are completely dead. Here's Aaron Boone talking about the hit.
We talked about on the bench, and when we're right on line with it, I think that's maybe the hardest ball I've ever seen hit.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, it was.
It's crazy.
I turned to Mendy. I said, if you hit that same ball in your prime, it's bouncing in front of the left fielder. It was killed. Yeah, that took me back a little bit. That one.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
It must be so much more fun to be a Yankee fan. They're 31-9. This is from Leo, by the way. Random Leo Yankee stat of the day. 31-9.
Gosh, you
Since
hit Leo.
going
You hit Leo
9-9.
in the hall. You make eye contact. You know you're in
It's
for a
over.
5-minute Yankees
It's
conversation.
over. Yeah.
I see him. It's like one of those things.
I duck
use,
out.
I use secret doors to try to get around them because you know a Yankees conversation's
Listen,
coming up.
next time
man.
you want to borrow my invisibility cloak, I'll let you have it.
you see him like,
because-
oh, it's Leo. Like I'm ducking into an office. You're like, trying to
Especially
hide.
if it's Leo and Bill Adams from 850 and you get caught in the crossfire of Yankees, Boston Red
versus
Sox, you're done.
Yeah. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, there are a couple big NFL stars partying in South Florida. I'll let you know who and where, and talking about big stars of the WWE.
Hey, now.
Do you know about this on Saturday?
Oh, no.
Probably.
Okay. I'll tell you about
We'll
it.
see.
If you don't, big legends of wrestling. You can see them. I'll tell you where next.
Be part of the show on Twitter at 640 The Hurricane, hashtag Kevin's Other Show.
You got a dude here who has, as far as we know, the only wrestling show on AM radio in America.
I haven't found another one.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Not actively searching myself, so.
If there is one, it's probably like in Nebraska.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
got a feeling I see maybe Nebraska, possibly Iowa might have a legit broadcast
Like in
wrestling
somebody's
show.
basement, like a pirate radio.
No, but I'm talking about a legit broadcast
broadcast.
licensed station.
Yeah.
Pirate radio. I'm not that impressed. You know, I'm sure there are a gazillion wrestling podcasts.
Oh, there are, yeah. And there's
Yeah.
some popular ones.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like something like, is it Goldberg that has one that's
Stone Cold Steve Austin. has
Sti-
one,
yeah,
too.
that's
Stone
the one. I
Cold.
was, yeah, Stone Cold.
Jim
is the
Ross
one.
has a popular one.
Yeah.
There's a few out there.
Wow.
Got a couple legends of the ring going to be in South Florida this weekend. Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
The Hulkster is going to be here in South Florida, and you can also check out Ric Flair.
Woo!
Going to be at the Hard Rock Hotel Event Center. It's going to be on Saturday. Are you going, Diener?
No.
Why not?
It was.
He's got to watch Coco for the 19th time.
Yeah, I probably will end up watching Coco. I'll be home with the kids. The wife is working.
You can't take
I
the kids to that?
It was gonna be too much of a hassle. They're too young. I mean, they're 3 and 1. I'm gonna have to be watching them too much.
No, I
How can
gotcha.
I enjoy Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair?
Listen,
if I'm
you put
watching
him
the
in front of
kids?
it. Where's it? Hard Rock?
Yeah, it's Hard Rock
Yeah.
Event
Put him in
Center,
front
yeah.
of a couple slot machines and come back in
You're
there.
right.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, the lights and the sounds, it will distract him. You're probably right.
good.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I don't know because I'm not huge. I know a lot of the wrestlers, but does the GOAT conversation happen in wrestling?
It does.
Does it really?
Yeah, very often actually.
Who's it supposed to be? Because I know basketball.
It's
what we've been talking about.
It comes down to those two guys for the most part.
Really,
A lot of
that's
people
what I was
say-
wondering. I was
yeah.
like, okay, those two are considered like the best ever.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I mean, Hulk Hogan took it. You gotta get me started here. Hulk Hogan took it to the next level as far as marketing goes, because he was in the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 3 came about where he body slammed Andre the Giant. So he took it to that next level
Which
that
he
we all
tore
know.
both of his
He
biceps
did,
doing.
and his back.
Did he really?
Oh, he,
Tore both of his biceps and
I
still
didn't hear
picked it
that.
up.
yeah, he almost
it
killed himself body slamming Andre the Giant.
No way, I didn't know that. He ripped out both biceps. I hear.
Shredded them.
I have a buddy that did that. He said it's one of the most painful things, and he's a former cop, been shot, all that kind of stuff. And he's like, it's like the worst pain ever. And he ripped out both of them.
That's a great story too. Did you ever see the Andre the Giant documentary?
No, I
It
do
was
want to
really
watch
good.
it. I don't have it cute. Like I said, I'm not a massive wrestling fan. I know of it.
It was-
Yeah.
they do. They talk about that match, how Hogan didn't know if he was going to win or not, and Andre the Giant would not tell him until they were actually fighting in the ring at WrestleMania. He said, "Go ahead and body slam me and pin me."
Really?
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a good documentary. But those are the two
Yeah.
guys, Ric Flair and Hogan.
Okay,
So it's
those
cool
would
they're
be
gonna together.
those would be the big.
Yeah.
And I think the Hogan is bigger just for the reasons why you said the ancillary things outside
Mm-hmm.
of the ring. To me, Hogan is a bigger name. the most like surreal thing ever though was, I didn't really even know because I don't know a ton about it, but like partying over in Clearwater and like driving across whatever that strip of, drive is when you go from Clearwater over into like Tampa and you're coming back to South Florida. And I passed by, I'm like going, is that a Hulk Hogan restaurant? I'm like, what the hell is that?
Do they really?
So we pull in, and it's surreal in and of itself that it's this big Hulk, and there's big, and of course it's painted murals. It's nothing that, it looks like what you would expect. It's like a Hulk Hogan beach bar kind of thing. And I'm there, and it's actually kind of cool. And it's like right on the water. I'm like, it's kind of gorgeous, actually. They got like a stage where they'd have bands and everything play. And I go in to use the bathroom, and I tap this guy on the shoulder, and I'm like going, hey, can you tell me where the bathroom is? This frail kind of like little dude with like long dark hair turns around. It's freaking Jimmy Hart, and he's holding a tray of potatoes. What? It's like, Jimmy Hart? What? I'm like, it was so surreal. I'm like going, am I high? Am I on acid? Is that Jimmy Hart? I'm like, what is going on
here?
Did he have
He's
the
like,
megaphone? Oh. No, he didn't have the thank God, because I just wanted to know where the bathroom was. And then, I go down this long hall, and there's these pictures of, what's going on. It's just crazy stuff that is happening with Jimmy Hart. Yeah, and I'm like, and then you go outside in his little old Cadillac, this convertible Cadillac is parked outside.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, it's very bizarre, but yeah, Hogan's got his own place.
I feel like I should visit this place.
You know what? You'd love it. He's got his own gift shop on Clearwater Beach. And we went in there, and they're like going, yeah, you just missed him. Hulkster's on his Segway. He goes like shirtless and goes riding up and down Clearwater Beach trying to get people to his. Yeah, that's why he looks like that big-ass, giant basted turkey.
Brother.
He's still in good shape. I'll give it to him. Did you ever find out why Jimmy Hart, by the way, had a tray of potatoes?
He works in the kitchen. He's like the manager there. I'm not messing with you.
That's not true.
No, it is.
Really?
Jimmy Hart works in the kitchen at Hulk's restaurant. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I think when we go back to the GOAT for wrestling, is it really just a popularity contest for the most part?
Not necessarily, because it really just depends on what they did for the business. You know what I mean? How long they were able to stay around, their sustainability, their impact on it. Flair has the most titles. John Cena's in the conversation now because he's been around for a while, has a lot of titles. So there's a lot of guys, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I mean, there's a bunch of guys you can talk about.
Okay, yeah. It is just kind of weird.
I don't want to. But
well, to me, what's awesome is just randomly running into somebody you wouldn't expect in a random place. Now, if you're at an arena and things like that, I've gone into a national championship college game right behind Charles Barkley, but you expect it. So you're like, oh, okay. It's when you have those random encounters when you're trying to find a bathroom and there's Jimmy Hart holding a tray of potatoes. It's like, like one time I got into an elevator and Jeff Van Gundy was in there. This was at Disney, and I was just like, and it was just us and Jeff Van Gundy. I was just like, hey, what's up? And he you knew the connection was there, but it was like cool. I was like, that's awesome. I just rode an elevator with Jeff Van Gundy.
That actually reminds me of a story. I saw Brett Favre coming off of the Haunted Mansion at Disney. Same thing. I was coming out of the Haunted Mansion.
It's awesome,
and he was going into a secret entrance to ride the Haunted Mansion. I walked by. Was that Brett Favre?
Yeah,
it was the ghost of Brett Favre.
That's why my kid is a huge Ezekiel Elliott fan. From watching him at Ohio State and then watching him at the Cowboys. And if you Friday night were partying on Duval Street in Key West, you probably saw Zeke and Dak Prescott and a bunch of big-ass dudes that would be the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. They were jumping around doing bar hopping on Duval. They went into Shorty's Market and Rick's Bar, which, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were right
Stay
down
away from there.
God.
Yeah.
That must have been rowdy.
I don't think you wanted your kids running into Zeke at that point.
No, probably not. No, Rick's is, not really, no.
What's the one that they're all naked in Key West?
That's Naked Lunch.
Is that
that's one place, but there's a couple. There's
for lunch.
Yeah, it's called Naked Lunch. Yeah, you go in there and
I wouldn't be able to eat my tuna.
Disgusting. It's shriveled hot dogs and.
Oh no, I would imagine.
It's what you would expect.
Ooh,
it's not good naked.
Leaners.
It's not at all good naked. It's like the worst.
It's
stuff
never
ever.
good naked.
No.
You never go in there and it's just like the Playboy Mansion.
It's like Boca Raton nude beach naked.
It's like Kings Point.
Kings Point,
naked.
Yeah. So I love those little run-ins. We might have another big one that's going to be coming up. Do you hear that Kim Jong-un might be coming to Mar-a-Lago?
I heard. Cannot believe
How insane
this.
would that be? And like you talk about surreal moments, I'm just like, wait, like Kim Kardashian's
So
at the White
surreal.
House, Dennis Rodman's doing peace treaties,
2018.
Omarosa is in the White House working, Kim Jong Un is going to be like chilling in West Palm.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
What?
Yeah, you go into Flanagan's and you're sitting next to Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un?
You see Kim
Can I get a
Jong-un
picture?
walk out with a tray of potatoes.
You asked him, that's Kim Jong Un.
Oh,
It's a
I
plate of
kitchen
egg-
manager. I
It's a
kitchen
plate of egg
manager
rolls.
now.
You're like, wait, egg, what? What's going on here?
The only reason why I came here was because of the tuna salad.
Coming up here in a couple minutes, yesterday we were talking about how the Miami Dolphins, they've got so many weapons on offense. Everything is looking great. Tannehill looks like he's completely dialed in. And we're like going, hey, as long as he doesn't like blow out an MCL here in the OTAs, things are going to be great. The first wheel has fallen off the Dolphins.
Oh, no.
Big time breaking story. One of them weapons going bye-bye. We'll tell you who, what the hell happened next.
Yep, he's here too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Well, there's some breaking news out there today. I guess this is the time of year when you're going to be working out a lot. You're going to be trying to get as fit as you can, as strong as you can. And I've been chasing that game before myself. I've done the creatine and the protein drinks and all that kind of stuff. And nothing works as good as just good old-fashioned steroids, Al.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, if you want to be able to lift some massive weight and just kind of get going, man, just roid it up, dude.
Syringe between the toes and you're golden.
Yeah, I did the butt cheek. It's a better move.
Does
Yeah.
that work better?
Yeah, I never did like the that's like heroin in the toes, man. That's like some crazy
What are you talking
stuff,
about,
dude.
Richie?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've done steroids.
Yeah, go thigh, go shoulder, go something like that. So, you know, your players right now in the NFL, they're trying to get in the best shape possible. And looks like Julian Edelman is going to be missing 4 games, PEDs, it looks like.
That is huge.
It's really interesting, and I'm really curious to see how the Boston media is going to spin this as the NFL is against the Patriots again, because that's always the story. Every time something happens, it's always like the NFL is pinning against the Patriots. And I get this, too, is like Boston does have some solid points on certain things. Like Deflategate was the dumbest thing that we've ever did. We talked about deflated balls for how friggin' long. Like that was stupid. But in this case right here, I don't think like it depends on what he actually tested positive for, and he also can appeal it. So I mean, if he wins his appeal, it's a different situation.
When has somebody appealed their PEDs and had it overturned?
I don't know offhand.
Because
to be
I know
honest.
some people have tried. I don't come to mind like nothing that I remember anybody getting it overturned.
I can't think of anything. I mean, I know you had the whole Zeke Elliott thing last year, but that wasn't for PEDs. That was that alleged domestic abuse, and that kept going back and forth. Eventually, he
And
lost.
if anything, I thought had a chance to get, but the league doesn't like overturn stuff or amend things often. I mean, every now and then they'll maybe, if you got a 6-game suspension, they'll shave it to 4 or something like that, and that's even rare. But I mean, them just overturning, saying, "Yeah, you know what, you're good, never mind." Yeah, that's rare. And I mean, right now, weren't we talking about the Patriots? They needed to probably add some weapons.
Right.
You know, they lost a receiver in the offseason, and you know, now you definitely got Gronk back. He's all dialed in, but still, and you need a little bit more than just Gronkowski.
Richard Sherman in 2012 was hit with a PED. His suspension for 4 games, same as Edelman, and he won his appeal.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one you probably find.
That's the only one that I see here. But yeah, him and Brandon Browner are both hit on it. I don't know if Brandon Browner won his appeal, but Richard Sherman definitely won his appeal.
Okay.
So I mean, it's possible to do. But wasn't Edelman out all last year, anyways?
He was. Well, see, that's the thing about it is that he did get injured early on. It was the preseason, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Preseason or the first game, and he was out all season with that ACL injury. So it's possible that maybe he was taking a little something to try to help with the recovery. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they caught something, and now he's out again for the first 4 games.
Okay. Going to be. There's a lot of drama. It seems like going around the Patriots more than usual, right?
Yes.
I mean, it seems like players are talking about how they don't like being there. It doesn't seem like Brady necessarily loves it, but he puts on that game face like he's in there making it happen.
I just saw the first 4 games for the Patriots.
Yeah.
The 4th game is against the Dolphins. So guess what, Dolphin fans? We want to face Julian Edelman.
He's going to win his appeal and come back game 4.
Hey, come on now.
He's going to win his appeal in between the Lions and the Dolphins.
Please, Texans, Jaguars, Lions, Dolphins. That's the Patriots.
But what
first
crap
four.
is that though? You see their lineup, and they're playing the Texans, Jaguars, Lions, and then Dolphins. So I mean, if he gets suspended for 4 games, who gives a crap?
Well, the Jaguars.
Yeah, but that's probably the only one up there. Depends on how what's his nuts plays from Texas from
Deshaun Watson. If he comes back,
if he plays well, but I mean. I don't know. I'm never in the place where I can count out the Patriots with anything. I feel like they can do it without shins.
They might be able
They
to.
just go if they go knee to shoe. I think they could still win.
You think that'll happen, huh?
Just no shins. Nothing.
cut 'em off.
Just cut them off knee to shoe. They'll win.
There is a beer that might be interesting to check out. Former Miami Dolphins punter Brandon Fields. He went to Michigan State, and Michigan State not big fans of Michigan because Michigan always calls them little brother and all that kind of stuff. But they've been whooping their ass here pretty solidly, and they have just come up in their new brewery. The Five Brewery is the name of it, and it's going to be called Stained Khakis. It's a brown ale.
They really went there?
Yeah, it's all about Jim Harbaugh. They think that Jim Harbaugh looks like he's about to poo himself. You ever seen him like with that stance he takes on the sidelines? He scrunches up his face.
Mm-hmm. He's got his legs real wide, too.
Yeah, he gets down like he's going to work one out.
Maybe he's got a bag back there, and he's actually is pooing himself. That's how he keeps so cool, calm, and collected.
Maybe it's a medical condition, and we're making fun of him for it. And
what, you saying he's got a colostomy?
Maybe.
If you do, don't go khakis, man. That's on you.
I feel like it's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's on you.
Maybe that's what he does to throw everybody up. Like, nobody will know if I have a colostomy bag if I have khakis on. Meanwhile, they were white originally.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love the passive-aggressive stuff that happens between Michigan and Ohio State. And this time of year is kind of weird because there's a lot of football camps going on.
Yeah.
And so, like a small school, like it was Grand Valley State the other day, and they're inviting all these big schools there, and the schools go there because they want to get in front of some of the top recruits from the area. So you actually had Urban Meyer and you had Jim Harbaugh both there.
Oh, they're both there. Okay.
And so Jim Harbaugh standing off to the side as Urban Meyer is kind of like, talking to all the football players and everything. And Urban Meyer is talking about the importance of rivalry games. And he said how you cannot lose rivalry games and how bad it is for your program if you start losing to all your rivals right beside Jim Harbaugh. And I'm like, that's cold, dude.
That's
so cold. Jim Harbaugh is going home and he's going to drown his sorrows in a big tall glass of cold milk.
So cold.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Yeah,
I mean,
cold.
Urban Meyer's been known to have the psychological warfare on his side.
He's never lost to him. I mean, and on the flip side, Harbaugh's never beat him, so Urban Meyer can talk trash.
You can, absolutely. And on the other flip side, too, talking about the other rivalry game against Michigan State, he's not really winning that battle either.
Yeah.
How does this guy got a job?
I was about to say, is Harbaugh in danger here?
They've said he has a job for life.
Really?
Quote from the AD.
Come back to the NFL, please.
There's only so long, and as an Ohio State guy, there's only so long you can last in Michigan if you do not beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
He hasn't beat him yet.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
We'll see what happens is right. But all I know is that Jim Harbaugh has gone on record to say he's a big fan of Sam Darnold.
Really?
Just saying.
Okay, you want him in the
Jets.
Jets.
I just want to throw that out.
I'm just letting that one sit there. I'm not saying a word.
It's a little baby bird, and I'm just letting it go. I'm just letting it go.
Got a story in our Dumb and Drunk today about a teenager in Seminole, Florida that the idiot kid drove his car into a golf course, started doing some donuts on the fairways, and crashed into a bunker.
It's not like it's like an even plane. Like I mean, like it's a little hilly.
I don't know what it is about a calm golf course that draws such chaos. I mean, there's just something about it. I get it. I mean, I've done some dumb things on a golf course. Have you guys ever flipped a golf cart?
I have not. I've heard it hurts.
Somehow I didn't get it's horrific.
I heard it hurts. He says.
Yeah, I heard it hurts. It's not very.
Actually, we didn't really get hurt. What happened? Because we used to have it where I grew up and played golf. It was hills, Hocking Hills, and so the ninth hole came straight down, and so you get in this golf course, and it's going faster than what it would ever allow you. And there was this big ramp at the bottom, and that's what we would do. And we hit it one time, and it just went head over. We jumped out the sides. That's how it did it. Yeah, somehow it kept going. Like we got up, luckily flipped it back over, and thing dropped. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But
and it drove?
And it drove still.
Wow.
Yeah,
did you bring it back to the clubhouse? Be like, there's a divot.
Yeah. But I was coming up with this list. I'm like going, you know what? I just feel like it's one of those stories I'm glad I have in my life because I feel like you really haven't lived unless you flipped a golf cart.
Okay.
And if you haven't yet, try harder.
Something we need to do then.
Yes. You haven't lived unless you've fallen from a great distance. Either one of you fallen from a great distance. Now, that could be skydiving. It could be bungee jumping.
Oh, I thought you meant like drunk sometime and just fallen.
Yeah, I've
a great distance.
Yeah, I've fallen out of a bunk drunk.
I was gonna say, I think a bunk bed. That's probably the furthest I've fallen.
Okay.
As a child.
You guys have not done the massive where you're just like your body and just space and time. Okay.
I have not.
No.
All right. Have you ever single-handedly won a sporting event? Like it was because of you. You sunk a shot. You hit a hit. Because of
What
you.
are we considering sports?
Are you going for like beer pong?
I mean, if we're gonna go that way, then I'm a effing champion. No, I'm talking about darts. Like, I mean, like I've played plenty of darts.
Was there a lot riding on it, and were like more than 4 people excited and blown away when you did
the whole
it?
bar was into it.
And you aced it. You hit that game-winning shot.
I was down, and I hit 2 doubles and a single to put us 4 points over to win.
Okay.
And we came back from they solid out, and we had to cut out 2 more points and get points 4 and 2, and 2 doubles put us and a single put us over 4.
It's better than nothing.
It was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Then I woke up.
I was gonna say
no, because I passed out after that because I was so hammered, and then I woke up the next day and somebody had to tell me. But I have a picture.
I don't believe you've lived unless you have barfed in a weird place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, what was the weirdest place you've barfed?
Barfed on a friend's lawn, my parents' front lawn, inside of a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
A few places.
That's not weird.
Coming off of a roller coaster.
Yeah. Okay, no,
but
it
was what was weird about it was I was walking off the roller coaster with everyone else, and I barfed while walking. Like it's like simultaneously barfing while walking, and people are next to me.
Dude, I barfed in a baby crib.
Okay, you win. I don't know how that happens.
Oh, I know how it happens.
Oh man,
luckily there's no baby in the crib. But I do want to preface that people go, "You barfed on a baby?" No, just in this crib.
That is the last time I'm ever taking you to Babies R Us there, Kevin.
Ricky Bobby, weirdest place you ever barfed?
I don't personally have a weird barf story. I have a friend of mine that has a weird barf story.
Then you're not trying hard enough.
Well, this is the reason why. This is a really good story, though. Mm-hmm. He took his contacts out when he slept with his contacts. He was really drunk. He woke up, realized he didn't have any of his contacts things, so he put solution in a cup, and he put his things in the cup, and we're driving home, and all of a sudden he realized he had to throw up, but he didn't want to disturb everybody else in the car, so he puked in the cup. And he had his contacts in there.
Oh, dang. Did he keep the contacts?
Yeah, you just wash them off and put it back in his eye.
Oh, gosh.
That's tough. That's a tough day.
Yeah.
That is a tough day.
That's a tough day.
That guy was me.
I would believe it wholeheartedly. I would.
After watching that video again today of that chick that caught the beer in the foul ball in the beer, I'm like, I got to do that.
Yeah.
We got to try that, right?
It's pretty awesome.
We should try it.
We should try it because what's great, I usually wouldn't do anything to risk a beer, but just how like balls it is to like catch it in the beer and then chug down the beer with the ball still in the cup. Man, that chick won my heart. I was impressive.
This is getting awkward.
Yeah, it's my new crush, man. It's big stuff. Hey, I want to do a real quick shout out. Something going on this weekend. It is the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Eagles hosting the 2018 Feist Bowl in honor of Coach Aaron Feist. It's going to be this Saturday at 5 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if anybody can, if you've got a little bit of time, try to go out there and support. There's going to be ways that they're going to be taking money and giving that to Aaron Feist's family and his widow, and so well-deserved. So I want to give that a quick shout-out before we got out of here today.
Nice.
Check us out on YouTube. We got the podcast, and you can also dial us up on Twitter. Just search for it at Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.